In the last video we talked about how very roughly inheritance tax is calculated, and there's a whole raft of rules, but fundamentally we talked about the most basic way in which IHT is calculated. But then the question becomes who's actually responsible for paying the inheritance tax? And for the most part it is the estate. So when somebody passes away, then hopefully if they've been organised, they've got themselves a will, they'll have appointed personal representatives who will be the ones who are responsible for administering that will, obtaining grant of probate from the government, and it's the personal representatives on the death estate who will be the ones who are responsible for paying the inheritance tax. Where that changes slightly is if the individuals made gifts in the previous 7 years leading up to the date of their death. So a lot of people will have heard of this magic 7-year rule from inheritance tax point of view. If you gift something and manage to live for 7 years afterwards, it's outside of your estate from an inheritance tax point of view. But if you do gift something and then pass away within that 7 years, then potentially that gift gets brought back in calculating how much inheritance tax is actually due on your estate. But in that situation, it's actually the people who've received the gift who are actually potentially responsible for the inheritance tax on the gift at that stage. So it is certainly something to bear in mind if people are making gifts, that if sort of worst happens and whoever makes the gift does pass away, there might be an IHT liability not only on their personal representatives but also on anybody who they've actually made gifts to over the preceding 7 years.